Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and to a Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Krista, myself, and Dorothy. In today's layout, I'm going to be using a set of dies and one punch. It is a layered punch though, so I'll get a couple of punches out of it. And if you look up in the corner, that is the finished layout. I was attending Khristina Sorge's Palooza, Summer Palooza 2020, and I had been gifted it anonymously, so I don't know who gave me this awesome rack, but I had so much fun. I have never followed along with somebody doing a layout and me doing the same thing before. And at times, I felt like I wasn't keeping up, but I did pretty good. But that was part of the fun. And I did ask Khristina if she minded if I shared this layout. So this layout is kind of based on what Khristina did. There was some things that I did totally wrong and a few things I did a little bit different. And there's 4 that we did that day. There's one I used the whole wrong package. I thought I was using the right one. I put them all in this container and thought I put them in order. Well, if I ever do this again, which, we're going to do the other half in September, I'm going to number them and put the list of contents that's supposed to be in there on it. I didn't do that. And somehow I must have got them out of order. Anyway, this had a list of stuff for us to look at and choose what we wanted in advance. So we'd have her little stash ready. And I picked this. It said something about having strips of paper. Well, like quite a few. I think I can't remember exactly what it said, but I decided on this paper pad. It's really old, and I was going to do this picture of my mom. That's my mom there. And I thought it'd go really good with it. And I didn't want to cut them in advance because I wasn't sure what we needed them for, so I waited till then to do it. And that's what I'm doing right now. Mine's a little different from hers. I think I got in too big a hurry. I got started on mine and cutting it, and I got too big of a hurry. But then I'm going to do some layering too on mine. But I really liked it when it got done. And I just kind of randomly put them on here. I tried not to put 2 the same next to each other. And then those rectangles that you see laying there over to the right, I'm going to put them on there too. I didn't cut quite enough, so I will have to cut a few more out. But I'm going to put them on there also. And here, watch me. Too wide. It's covering up too much of my little strips there. Still too wide. I got to make it smaller. And I pulled out some close to my heart ink, and I believe that is called Petunia. Does that sound right? Pansy. Pansy. I think that was Pansy. And I inked around the edge of that to make it go with the colors that I was already doing. And I wanted to go ahead and put it on there because I want to start layering these little squares on there. And I'm going to, well, I'm not going to put them straight across from each other to make it look like one goes to the other. So that's why I took half right there and put it on the other side so that they wouldn't be exactly straight across. Some are one right on top of the other practically, but they're still not one across from each other where it looks like one strip all the way across. And like I said, I had to cut a few more. I put them closer together than I originally thought I was going to. But I finally got them all on there, so I'm pulling out other stuff that I had in preparation. And I did do my die cutting and my punching ahead of time because I didn't know how much time I was going to have. She didn't call for die cuts as far as cutting them out on your Big Shot like I did, but it did call for die cuts. And since I picked this paper pad, there were no die cuts to be had, but I planned on using some of these rectangles and squares here. So the wreath there, it's Spellbinders, and it has a wreath. And then I took and cut out the little flowers ahead of time too. And I cut them in, I believe it's 3 different shades of the purple out of the same book. The green, however, I had to pull out another paper for it. I do not think I used a green in the book. It's been a couple of weeks. Sorry. I don't think I did. I think I pulled out one. Well, it wasn't a full sheet. It was a scrap that I had. And we're supposed to be layering here, so that's what I'm doing with my rectangulars, but we're supposed to be layering die cuts. So I'm considering this is a die cut, even though I cut it out by hand. And I wanted the wreath to go behind my mom's picture, but I didn't want to waste any, so of course I cut some of it off. And I'm just going to glue it down in place. However, I'm going to see how it's hanging over to the left there, like it's in midair. I decided I needed to add a little bit over on that one part to fill it in just a little bit more, so those leaves will have something to touch, like the vines climbing up the side of a wall. That was my idea anyway. It may not look like it now that I'm done, but that was my idea. And the flowers, if I had thought in advance, I probably would have used a stylus on them and gave them a little more, instead of them being so flat, rounded them out a little bit, but I didn't even think about it. And since I was rolling right along here at the Palooza, I didn't have time to do it. So they just went on there flat, but that's okay. I think they still look pretty. And I am adding some bling to them. Yeah. And then I'm going to add sequins too. So it's going to be pretty blingy when I get done. I'm going to have lots of reflection on this layout. I'm cutting my wreath apart because I want to add some greenery to my other two clusters. And of course I will be adding flowers to the other two, but I used what I put behind the picture first, and then I went ahead and cut on my other wreath that I had made. I don't think I ended up putting the entire thing of the two on my layout, but I put enough to fill in the two little clusters that are there. And I think, besides the title, I think that's all I end up doing to this layout. But I will leave links down there below to Khristina's Facebook page for Redefined Kreative, so y'all can check out the Palooza. Like I said, it's not a constant thing. It's only a couple of times a year. And she has one where she sends you everything to use. This one was a stash one, so I used what I had. But she sends you everything, which everybody just says that one is awesome because she cuts the papers and all that for you. But I had a lot of fun using the stash one and using up my stash. So whoever gifted me with this, I want to thank you. I had loads and loads of fun. I mean, I appreciate it. And like I said, I had loads of fun. And yeah, this one I created at it. So thank you so much. But this was my mom on her 80th birthday. I got to tell you about the picture. This is my mom on her 80th birthday. And I would have tried to maybe crop that picture cup out, but it says world's greatest grandma. And one of her granddaughters brought that for her. And well, they brought her the tea, and because they know I generally only have punch at the parties. I figure it's a lot cheaper than having sodas and stuff. And then I don't have two things to make up, or three. So I have punch. But they brought her unsweetened tea, and then they put that sticker on there. So I thought that was pretty cute. Oh, and I got finished telling about Khristina. I got sidetracked. And I will leave a link to her shop, Redefined Kreative, also. So you can check it out. And if you see Palooza on there, go for it. Like I said, I had loads of fun and stayed busy and done a few things that I probably wouldn't otherwise have done on my layout. And let's see, I am done. This is it. These are the sequence. Because, of course, I was still working on my layout while I was talking. So I put birthday girl on there. I thought it'd be fun just to put the birthday girl, since she is 80 and that is her 80th birthday. And see the cup there? Like I said, it don't match the rest of the layout, but I could not do it. And look how quick those flashed through there. But I was showing up there on the screen the die set from Spellbinders and the EK Success layering punch. And see that butterfly? That's 2 of the layers. There are 3 on that punch, but I only used 2 of them. And then, of course, the Spellbinders die with the wreath and a very, very old Thickers Alpha for my title. And that paper pad's 8x8 latte. I think die cuts with the view, and it has really awesome texture. But that's it. That's my layout. Check out the links down there below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you leave a comment, I will get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, I appreciate it immensely. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.